Hi everybody, my name is Doug Wilson and this is Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. I work with several custom knife makers who build my knife designs, okay? And basically the way it works is you contact them, they build the knife for you according to your needs and wants, and then they send it to me when it's finished, and you and I work on a sheath system together for it. So it basically becomes a knife and sheath system, custom. Can't get them anywhere else like this, right? Custom knife and sheath system, tailored directly for you. So if you guys stay tuned, I'm going to show you the work of the knife maker that I work with the most right now. You won't want to miss it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the latest design, right? This knife here is the Spartan. Now, basically, when I design a knife and I hand it over to a custom knife maker, it actually becomes a collaboration between him and I, okay? Because the knife maker, just by being who he is, imparts his own style, materials, etc. to the knife, you know, his own spirit. So basically it really does become a collaboration, okay? So there's a collaboration between myself and Joshua Blankenship at Ankura Knife Company. Ankura Knife Company, A-N-K-U-R-A Knife Company. Okay, they're on Facebook. I'll try to put the website right here. He's a very good knife maker. If he wasn't, I wouldn't work with him. The other thing is he doesn't take years to build your custom knife. It may be 4, 5, 6 months, but it's not years like a lot of other high-end knife makers, right? So here's the Spartan. This is CPM 3V. Now you notice it does have hawk head pins, okay? Now he did that just for me, okay? If you want hawk head pins, he can probably get them. I think he still has a few from when he made this knife, but he can probably get them for you if you want hawk's head pins, okay? The handle is G10. Now when it comes to handles, I try to design the most comfortable handle for me, which basically does fit most people, okay? This is a very comfortable knife. See that palm swell? That fills up your entire palm, and it is very comfortable. CPM 3V, 5/32 thick. Okay, it's got a drop point type blade to it, about 4.5, 5 inches long, the blade. It's got a cool looking pommel on the back. Now that basically is for crushing nuts or whatever else you need to do with it, and self-defense, okay? I wouldn't want to get hit with that. You know, I wouldn't want to get popped with it. So there it is. This is the Spartan. I'm going to be doing a review of this knife within the next couple of videos. This is the Spartan. Okay. Now here's the sheath system I built for this one. Okay. Every sheath system I build is different. And I usually build something that is directly relevant to your needs in the field. Okay. And I do that by asking you what you want on the sheath. Okay. So basically this is my sheath. So it's fairly simple, but I did use the Recon KYDEX, which is neat stuff. This is really cool looking stuff. Recon. It's got you know, grid lines, you know, map stuff. Map stuff. That's a military term. We just call it map stuff. All right. Contour lines. Oh, I tell you, I am a piece of work. Okay, so there's the Recon. I did a wraparound mount plate for a molly lock. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, this is a belt clip, combat lock belt clip. You can take it off and put a molly lock right in the center for PALS webbing. You know, actually any pack you'll be able to mount it to. Okay. Now I did that wraparound because this plate here is a little bit thinner KYDEX than I usually use. So I wrapped it around so it can't, you know. Usually I don't do that, right? Because usually I use KYDEX that's really thick and you can't move it. It's just, I mean, you can look, you see on this guy here, you see how that is, right? And you just, I mean, you can get it up a little bit, but they're pretty tight. I make sure, okay? Face mount ferro rod. I always advocate a ferro rod, some type of sharpener on your sheath, maybe a small compass, right? Now for a bigger sheath, you can put some other stuff on it, you know, a pouch. This one here has a pouch on it, right? You can see what's on this sheath here. I just brought this out to show it. Okay, this is a tactical light. This is a Beachin tactical sling for baldric carry. Goes around your neck, your shoulder. All right. So, and then there's a diamond rod sharpener on the side. So there it is, the Spartan knife and sheath system. Okay, let's look at another one. I want to talk about grinds. Joshua, you know, most knife makers are good at one or two grinds, right? He's good at several different types of grinds, okay? And I'm talking about both primary grind and secondary edge grinds, okay? So let's talk, this is the backpacker, okay? And it has a ScandiVex edge. See the edge? ScandiVex edge, which basically it's a Scandi grind, but it's convex. It goes down to a point. Now he put a small micro bevel on the end of this. These things are super sharp. I mean super sharp. Super sharp. All right, so this is the backpacker. This one happens to be 80 CRV2, 1/8 inch. I wanted 1/8 inch for this knife. It's not a big knife. I don't want it to weigh you down. For a knife this size, you don't need thick steel. You just don't need it, right? It's just my opinion. How's that? All right. So that's another one of my designs that Joshua Blankenship builds. And like I said, you can have him build you this knife with whatever scales. This is Sure Touch G10 and rubber. Now these are fairly expensive, these scales, over micarta or G10 or whatever. It's the way they sell it, so you have to just talk to Josh about it. Okay, I have some hockey grip tape, reptile, I think, reptile grip tape, something like that. It's kind of a no-brainer if you got a fairly slick handle, right? And the reason I put this on here is because I actually got the wrong type of Sure Touch scales. Okay, this actually doesn't have rubber in it, now that I remember. It looks like Sure Touch G10 and rubber, but it's not. It's the regular G10 with no rubber in it. So I put the grip tape around. This is kind of rubberized, super duper grip now. Super duper. Here's the sheath I built for it. Okay, now this one, the clip is on here because I was showing a client this type of carry. Okay, this goes, you know, if you're wearing a pair of shorts, this is an outside carry. Carry it on your left, draw it with your right hand. Okay, the mount plate allows you to do a lot of different carries with this sheath. But you may opt for a mount plate, you may not. You may just want a belt clip on the back. I can do whatever you need me to do for you. And the way you check out what I can do is go to my website, friend me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. You know, because I'm always posting sheath systems, always. Every other day I post something different. Okay, and knives. I bet you see more knives on my social media than you see in most outdoor sites. That's a safe bet, I think. I say most, not all. Okay, so there's that one. This is Cryptek Raid. I'll give you a good look at the back again. There's a spider in there. Okay, you can see the mount plate already has the posts in it for a molly lock clip. You just screw into it. And I'm all high tech, right? These are 100% built by hand. My designs, they're tried and true. They work well in the field. I mean, I have literally thousands of these sheaths out there that I've built for guys over the last 6-7 years. Okay? All right, so there's that one. This is the backpacker. You can get it in CPM 3, 80 CRV2, 1095, blah, 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 blah. You got to talk to Josh. Okay? Nice EDC. I don't know, 2.5 inch, 2 3/4 inch blade. Okay, next. Let's go with the OG Viper. Okay? Who's that? Tick-tock. The OG Viper. This is also another one that he builds. It's my design, so we collaborate together on this. The OG Viper. Now these are G10 scales. 5/32 inch thick, 5/32 thick. Full convex grind. Full convex grind. So basically it starts somewhere near the top of the spine here, right? And convexes all the way down to the apex. Okay? Full convex grind. Just like Bark River would do with their knives. He did a smashing job. This is for a client. I built this. Actually, there's another one just like this sheath in black. He wanted two. And this is basically set up for reverse draw, reverse grip, like this. So he's going to be wearing this. Let me see, remember here. Yeah. He's going to be wearing this on his left side. He's going to draw with his left hand this way. Okay? And it's canted that way to get that handle forward a little bit so he doesn't have to reach back for it. Okay? Really works out well, this style. And you know, you don't see these types of carries because nobody does them. You know, these are custom built sheaths that you tell me exactly what you want and I build it, right? The OG Viper. I like this design. It's sweet. It's got a roughly 4-inch blade, roughly. Nice Coke bottle shaped handle. He did a great job on this. This is G10 with carbon fiber pins. Okay, let's go for Mongoville, right? Let's go with one of his bigger knives. Now this is a collaboration between him and I, right? There's some design element in it from him and some design element in it from me, okay? And I'll explain it. This is a multi-positional handle. This is the Raptor. The Raptor. It is a wilderness, shelter building, bushcrafter, chopper, blah, blah, right? And I say bushcrafter because it does have a straight portion here. This is a transitional edge, okay? You got a Scandi, basically a Scandi here, and a Scandi Vex on the belly portion for chopping and batoning and whatnot. It's got a super sharp 90-degree spine for striking a ferro rod or scraping bark or whatever, okay? Now these are just the handles that I chose, okay? This is 80 CRV2, 3/16 inch thick. There's the Ankura anchor. Okay, there it is. So if you go all the way back, right, slide all the way back for chopping. That's what that bird's beak is for. Okay, what do you think, Riz? I remembered. That's what that bird's beak is for. It holds your pinky in there so that this knife is not slipping out while you're chopping. Okay, if you need to do some fine work, feather sticks or whatever, choke up, come up to here and use right next to the hilt here, okay? And use that Scandi portion, right? Nice knife. I have a lot of fun with this in the field, okay? I take it on most trips. There's those compression pins. I like those. I think this is some type of birch and resin. Maybe voodoo resin scales, maybe. I'm kind of trying to remember. But really a nice, not too heavy, right? But chops well. Here's the sheath system I built for it. Now I put a pouch on this one with a mount plate. It's got a fire flash ferro rod on it. This just happened to be the one that I had. I usually put this type on my sheaths. Okay, they work well. They're not super expensive. There's a molly lock on this because I usually pack carry it. Yeah, I usually put this on a pack. There's the mount plate. All right. This has also got glow-in-the-dark liners. Okay, so there it is, the Raptor. All right, All right, last but not least, actually there's two left. I got one on my neck, okay? This is the switchback, okay? This is a all day, everyday EDC 4-inch blade, almost 4 inches. It's 3, almost 4 inches, okay? It's got a nice, very comfortable handle with finger grooves. I tell you, I was tickled pink when I got this knife from him. This is ADCR V2. Now this also has Cerakote on it. Cerakote, so the blade will not rust with this stuff on it. But I also wanted a 90-degree spine. You can't do it with Cerakote. So I took the Cerakote off the spine and made a 90-degree spine on it. And it's been just fine. Haven't had any problems with it. The switchback. This is Hulk caged voodoo resin scales. Really neat looking scales. Okay, super duper bushcrafter. This thing works well. Full convex grind. You can have whatever grind you want. I like full convexes. I like Scandi Vexes. I like Saber Vex. I like Vex convex grinds. I just like them. Okay, so there's that one. Here's the sheath I built for it. Just simple. It's got a small tech lock on a mount plate. You can put a molly lock on this. You can put a dangler, a voodoo dangler on it. We got a voodoo dangler on one of these. Yeah, that right there is our voodoo dangler assembly. See the D ring? Okay, you can put one of those on this. Really turned out well. Striker on the back, ferro rod on the front. Now Josh made the handle for the ferro rod. This is actually a prototype. This is the first one he ever made of these switchbacks. He does a really good job. Joshua Blankenship, Ankura Knife Company. Okay, there's that. Okay, then this is the last one. I'll just show it to you. This is a necker. Okay, I designed this specifically to be a necker. This is the Viper Necker. The Viper Necker. Like I said, you can have it any way you want. He'll build it for you, send it to me, and then you and I work on a sheath system together for it. Well, we usually already have it hashed out by the time I get the knife. Okay? Here's the Ankura symbol. This one has orange liners. This is Devil's Cut voodoo resin scales. Josh likes to work with voodoo resins. I love them too. I think they're cool looking. They can be a little slick though, which is the reason why sometimes I'll put this grip tape on. Okay. Here's the sheath system for it. Okay, just a basic necker sheath with a face plate, you know, the logo there, blah blah blah, and a flip out ferro rod. Flip out ferro rod goes this way. Okay, use the sheath as the handle of the ferro rod. There's no fumbling around with this thing. It works really well. Right, and then clockwise, always clockwise with these flip out ferro rods, and it doesn't go anywhere. This thing ain't going anywhere. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you some of his work and the sheath systems that I built for these, and show you what is available here at Yellowhawk. Now there's a few more designs that are not here that I didn't want to make it a you know, an hour-and-a-half video. If you guys are interested, contact Joshua Blankenship at Ankura Knife Company, or text me, and you can go through me, right? 443-315-6033. Doug Wilson. You can PM me on my Doug Wilson Facebook page also, if you want. Okay? All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please share, like, share, and subscribe. See ya!